Welcome to another episode where we answer and clear up the most frequently asked questions that any foreigners had or will have, whether they are already in Spain or planning to move here soon. And we do it in a clear, simple and straightforward way. In this second episode, we are talking about how to open a bank account, look for a job as a tourist and later switch to a work permit, Spanish nationality and much more. So let's get started with the answers. Can I look for a job while in Spain as a tourist and then switch to a work permit? The answer is yes, as long as you apply for the high qualified professional visa. Remember that if you don't apply for this type of permit, then you will have to apply for the work permit from your country of origin. Second, what documents should I prepare before moving to Spain? In general, the documents that you will need to gather before coming to Spain are the criminal background certificate, health insurance, economical means or bank certificates, passports and forms. But remember that for every specific permit, you will need to prepare specific documents. Before we continue with the rest of the questions, I would like to ask you something. The vast majority of people who watch our videos haven't subscribed. So if you are one of them and you find this video or any of our content useful, consider subscribing. It really helps us keep creating and sharing more content like this. Now let's get back to the video. Third, can I open a bank account without a definitive NIE or without being a legal resident? The answer is yes, but it depends on your nationality. For example, for Europeans or people from the US, it's much easier to open the bank account even just with your passport. However, if you have another nationality, it could be a little bit more difficult. But remember, banks are private entities, which means that even if you are European, they could ask for any other requirements and they can even ask for you to get an NI number before opening the bank account. Fourth, is it better to enter Spain with a student visa, a work visa or a non-lucrative visa? As always in law, the answer is it depends. It depends on what you are planning to do. If you're planning to come to study, then of course the student visa is much better for you, but it also authorizes you to work up to 30 hours per week, and after this you could modify to a work visa. However, if you're planning to work full-time, then it's much better for you to try to apply for a work visa from the beginning. And then if you are not planning to work nor to study, then the non-lucrative visa could be the best option for you. But remember, each of these permits has specific requirements that you need to meet in order to apply and get it successfully. Fifth, what should I do if my immigration application gets denied? You will have to understand what happened and analyze the reasons of the rejection. Then you could submit an appeal if the mistake has been done by the immigration office. You can always try to fix this mistake, or you could also apply for an initial permit in a different way. And sixth and last, when can I apply for Spanish citizenship after arriving in Spain? The general rule is 10 years. Then we have 5 years for refugees, 2 years for people that come from Ibero-American countries, the Philippines, Guinea Equatorial, Andorra and Portugal, and 1 year in the case that you are married Spanish citizen or if your grandparents were Spanish. And that's it for today's questions. If you would like to watch the first video in this series, where we talk about working with the NI number, the law of grandchildren, residence options for foreigner family members, click here. And if you want us to answer your questions, leave them in the comments so we can include them in future videos. You can also reach out to us at info@valsesgroup.com if you need legal advice as a foreigner living in Spain. See you in the next video.